going on, Vape fam? Welcome to another awesome, spectacular, stupendous, amazing edition of Joe of All Vape. So today we're going to be talking about a company called Craft Vapery. They've got about 30,000 followers on Instagram. They've been around for a long time, got a pretty solid name for themselves, and I was lucky enough to procure 3 of their top signature flavors to discuss and deliberate amongst ourselves here on Joe of All Vapes, the awesomest forum in vape reviews there is. That's my personal humble opinion. That's still up for debate, but I digress. I vaped on these for about the better part of a couple of weeks in between some other reviews that I'm working on. And, I gotta say, this is pretty unique stuff. There's a lot of flavors out on the market that some brands have really gone above and beyond as far as just the main flavor profile I think that they're trying to come across with. There's so many flavors out there. You can pick one flavor, and we all know how many brands there are on the market as yet. There's literally thousands. So if you're taking one flavor, how many variations of that flavor and different types of ingredients, steeping, not to steep, who knows, can you come up with in order to improve upon something that's already been done? And I'm not saying there aren't companies out there that have done that. I know for a fact they have, but eventually you're going to have to kind of think way outside the box to come up with something really unique and different, totally off the board. And then I think that's where Craft Vapery comes in. So they've got some pretty unique flavors. I'll read them off to you here. First of all, they got Cornbread. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, they got It's Toast. Okay, and here's the Cornbread. I'm gonna leave out the Cornbread. Okay, and the last one that they have is Sticky Rice. So I really dig the labels. I like the way they kind of design them here. It's different difference in geometrical observance, I guess you could say. But let's start with the sticky rice. You know what? Actually, no. Let's start with the cornbread. That one was actually my favorite among the 3. And it says, when honey butter meets cornbread. Okay, so this one is a 40-60. I believe these are all 40-60 PG to VG ratios. So pretty decent. You're going to get solid clouds whether you sub-ohm it or whether you drip it. 30 milliliter bottles only, and these are 0 nic because that's what they sent me. But this one was really unique. Like I said, when honey butter meets cornbread, at first inhale, the honey butter really came through. And honey butter, honey and butter. Come on, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to say that this is something I just like to eat spoonfuls of. But it really is unique. We're literally talking about a vegetable flavored vape. So what are the subtleties in cornbread? Okay, you've got a cakey consistency with a bit of a cakey flavor because you got some milk in there and you got some eggs. So the dairy products kind of sweeten it up and mellow it out a little bit. Plus corn is pretty sweet as is. But with the addition of honey butter on top of that, you're getting something sweet, you're getting something savory, and you're getting something that is outside the box from the norm. Everything about this vape, as it's described, is exactly what I experienced. I tasted a honey butter at first inhale. On the exhale was a little bit more of the cornbread. I love cornbread. Who doesn't love cornbread? And I think this was a really good mixture. The mixologist did a solid job at, just pairing the two together and making sure that one didn't overwhelm the other. It's unique stuff. I'm definitely going to give it a thumbs up on this one. The honey butter with cornbread is something that I haven't seen anybody else come out with. I have seen some sweet corn vapes out on the market, but not many of them. And especially with a name as big as Craft Vapery, they pretty much cornered this idea. So I think they did a good job with that and just what it is. The next one we're going to go to is It's Toast. Okay, and this one is touted as when berry jam meets nutty whole grain toast. This is where it starts getting kind of tricky for me. I don't like everything that I vape, and a lot of people have given me constructive criticism. Joe, you get all these things to review and you just love everything you vape. Absolutely not. This one, unfortunately, is going to have to kind of fall into those one of those categories in part. the one thing that I will say about this is that the berry jam was sweet. I appreciated the flavor on this. The nutty part where it says meets nutty whole grain toast, absolutely true. The first two flavors that I tasted was berry and nuts. Very nutty, deep, earthy. The jam was solid. Okay, it tasted very close to the jam, but there's something different working in here. I mean, you have to think toast has sort of that warm, crusty, flavor to it as is, and whatever it is that they mixed with this, because obviously I don't know, to come out with that unique flavor, I'm really going to give my hats off to the mixologist, because the more unique the flavor gets, the more you just have to envelop inside your head and try and find unique flavor additives to really come out with the brainchild that you're trying to spawn here, And this one just really didn't do it for me. And let me explain. It's not that it didn't taste like, jam on nutty whole grain toast. It did. Actually, it fit the bill very well for exactly what that is. But I came to find that jam on nutty whole grain toast actually tastes better when it's the real thing, not so much when it's in a vape form. So kudos to them for actually coming up with a juice that was incredibly innovative, very out of the box, and very unique, and actually came up with something that was true to the flavor description. That is definitely an A+ for that. Unfortunately, it's definitely not something I'm probably going to consider wanting to vape again. It was a unique experience. I appreciate trying different things. It didn't do it for me. Maybe it'll do it for you. Everybody has different tastes, but that's my honest opinion on this one. So going to the last one, the sticky rice. Now this one is pretty much a Thai treat. When sweet mango meets sticky rice. A lot of people are familiar with Thai food. That's that sticky rice that you get. It's small grain, it's white, it's kind of sweet, and it's sticky. But it's basically it's mixed with crushed or very small minced pieces of mango. This stuff was so on the spot of of Thai sticky rice. It was pretty crazy. I was born and raised in California, so there was a lot of influence of Japanese, Chinese, Taiwanese, Mexican, Portuguese, Italian food, you name it. And I grew up with this kind of food. Thai sticky rice is definitely one of my favorites, even up to this day. So I was kind of excited to try this, and I was really happy that they got it. I mean, they just got it together. They basically took Thai sticky rice and bottled it and stuck it in a vape. Very, very close to the original flavor. The flavor profile was right on the money. And, if any of you guys like the exotic flavors, if you've ever tasted Thai sticky rice, you're definitely going to like this stuff. It is so on par. It's just crazy. They did a phenomenal job at getting this one down. And this one definitely gets 2 thumbs up. So, can't win them all. So 2 out of 3 were definitely unique and tasty flavors, different stuff. I encourage everybody, though, to always widen their palate, open their minds, and try something new. So go on to craftvapery.com, check out the flavors that they have available. Go on to Instagram, onto Craft Vapery, give them a follow, tell them the Joe Vol Vape sent you, and check out the pictures that they have. They have some pretty cool pictures. I mean, 30,000 followers. Obviously, the company's been around for a long time, and they've got a pretty good rapport with the vape community. So, these are just my opinions. This is just who I am, and this is just doing what I do. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I definitely appreciate Craft Vapery for supporting Joe Vol Vapes and all of us enjoying what we do, finding new flavors, new brands, new experiences. It's really what all of this is about, right? Is just enjoying ourselves and finding different ways to enjoy ourselves and expanding this vaping experience for everybody, keeping the advocacy up and alive. You know what I'm saying? So that wraps it up for my Craft Vapery review. Want to touch base a little bit. This is March. My March Mod Madness is going on. So first review coming up is going to be with Nimbus Mods LLC. And I'm going to grab this bad boy here. This is my custom signature Joe Vol Vapes Nimbus Mod. And this is a basic, unregulated, parallel. I'm not going to get too deep into the nitty-gritty because I've got a lot of literature that I'm going to include in the description below. So you guys are going to see this in action coming up pretty soon That's going to be my first review for the March Mod Madness. I've got another 6 boxes coming in. I got another one coming up this coming week, and the rest should be here probably by the end of March, if not a little bit into the next month. Going into the rest of the year, I'm going to try and get one of those reviewed per week, as well as about 3 to 4 reviews in the week as well. So I'm definitely going to be working, man. But hey, I love what I do, and you know, if you guys didn't appreciate it, I probably wouldn't love it as much. But anywho, I want to thank everybody for viewing. If you like my reviews, please spread the word at Joe of All Vapes, and check out my Instagram page, Joe of All Vapes _2. Once again, thank you for watching. Never, ever forget. Keep it cloud.